You good, bro? No worries. Just chilling over here. Been out.
Hey,
I
what's good,
started.
bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How's your Saturday going?
Not bad, man. Not bad. Just I was recapping some of yesterday's plays and this week's plays. Just going
Okay.
through my journal. Yeah.
Any interesting one that
Not really. I mean, out of all the trades we were looking at with Mike, really only indices played out on Wednesday.
mm-hmm.
That was it, man. Everything else was just small losses, reduced risks, break evens. Yeah,
Sure, sure.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess let's just start off with DXY and let's see what it's been doing this week. Let me go ahead and clear everything off. Cool. So with DXY, it's obviously a very tricky one. Um, so now we are bullish, but at the same time we are in a bearish point of interest. So what I mean by that is better off using this one. So we're bullish on this market cycle coming up here. We've got an accumulation, we've got a reaccumulation. And then the only thing that we've broken so far is the order flow. But when we look at this is our leg. We've got that distro here that's still maintaining the entire leg on I guess, on a higher time frame, on a monthly time frame here. Um, so, now that we've reacted into it, just want to see. So we've got what, a couple of months. See if we can find that 5-1 looks cool. 6. Just want to see where exactly we came into. Stick with that 5-1. Okay, and there's the 50% of that. And then we are seeing some sort of, we are seeing some sort of reaction that we like to see when price comes to our point of interest. Um, Again, for us, as I said, we managed to break this low here, and we're coming inside this. So whether we'll see. So, but for me, I'm ready to start getting into some hedge sales because when we look at, for example, USD CAD, and then when we look at USD Chef, we also have tapped into the higher time frame extreme. And then we got some sort of active distribution going on. So any sort of pullback, whilst also playing the pro trend. So I believe it was, when was it, Thursday or Wednesday? One of those 2 days, I think it may have been Thursdays, where my alarm was just going off like crazy. So a lot of them were saying, to place some limits, which I guess we can go over. Um So I've placed a couple of limits at the lower time frame extremes just to see if we come back into it. At the same time, I've got alerts down in the active distro to see if we could get into a hedge um sell to go down. And the only reason I'm throwing that at this is because we have tapped into the higher time frame extreme. One of the things that we need to know is for us to play into a higher time frame point of interest, order flow needs to be bullish, intraday needs to be bullish, and lower time frame needs to be bullish because we are inside the higher time frame leg. So it will be kind of it will be counter trend, but it's only because we are in the higher time frame leg. And then from here, I guess we could clearly see. So from the past couple of weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So nearly like, nearly 2 months, nearly 8 weeks. We've just seen price kind of coming back and giving us that distro. And we could see here clear mitigation, making this a higher, long drawn out distro. making a low, and then this making essentially becoming our slingshot of this order flow leg here. And then we could see how price is just coming back and just mitigating. So we'll see after we broke this low, we'll see if price can come either back into this news candle here, into this Thursday New York price action, which is also the SC, or price comes into that extreme here. So if it does, I'm ready to kind of take the what's it called, the the hedge. But if price, as I said, we've got to also see how price is going to be accumulating inside this leg here, because we are in a reaccumulation phase here. Um, this being your reaccumulation. So and we are in between that 50 and that 80. So we'll see how that plays. Um, I want to say maybe that last shakeout in confluence, uh, just off it. But that's kind of like my take on it. And then this week, so we're gonna transition over to Forex, and we're gonna see how like these mitigation has played a part on the Forex side. But what's your take on it, bro? What are you thinking?
With dollar.
Yeah, with dollar so far, what we've
I
seen
mean,
so far.
next week is gonna give us an answer probably.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure, man. I asked Mike on one of the Zooms why he hasn't been looking for sells on UCAT, and he told me it was just strictly based on dollar. Like he wanted to like a clear direction on dollar.
yeah.
And I think we're slowly getting that. I mean I'm having a hard time with all the correlation, how we correlate pairs. I was looking for a buy on UJ on Thursday, but looking at dollar, right? I should have probably been able to invalidate that buy, right? Just giving that dollar wasn't giving any strength.
On Tuesday, you said?
Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I
New
didn't
York,
even
New
look
York
at
price
dollar, man.
action, this?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like even coming into this, because
Oh,
that
sorry. Go on.
just yeah, just stay where you were. So we saw that break here, giving some strength. So when we were coming back into this, that's where I was waiting for an accumulation in UJ, which we got here. Um, so my question to you is like, I know you see the strength there, right? But what would make you not look for UJ buys and expect this just to go down on dollar?
I think so. For me, it would have been the news, bro. Like I think even Mike was saying this. Mike said, yeah, even though it was a Thursday, I think we was all waiting for the news to come out, which was 1:30 my time, I believe 8:30 UST, yeah. Um, and I think that's what it was. But then when we saw the bearishness coming in during news, that would have been it, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's your take? What your plan allows you to do? Like if it's on a Thursday, which is a good day for us to trade, and then obviously we are waiting for New York session, but New York session for me is at 1, so let's just say it's 8 a.m., right? And then we know news is coming out 8:30. What do you still go ahead and trade, or do you wait for like 8:45, for example, or 8:40?
I mean, I'll wait for afternoons.
Yeah, yeah. So I guess that because then if you look at even like 30 minutes, right? So this is when the news came out, and then half an hour afterwards, this is where we were. So that would have been a clear indication because we would have already traded through that. So yeah. Um, but then
Yeah,
also
I
for
mean,
me, bro, it
I
would
took the I
be
took the trade an hour before news.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you mean. So okay. But then also for me, bro, it would be about location because when I see this, okay, this is our leg here, right? This is that whole reaccumulation, and this I guess would be your. I know this is a reaccumulation, but in this leg here, this is your accumulation, gone into reaccumulation, gone into distro, gone into redistro, and then redistro, right? So we're looking for an accumulation to make a new market cycle. Um, but when we're looking at this, my question to you is then this is where, so this right here, did that align with anything?
I don't quite remember. You mean on UJ
Uh oh,
or on
so,
dollar?
let me check, let me check, let me check.
Yeah.
So this is the one that you took, right? Okay, so
Oh,
Yeah, it was in there.
because it was vibrating. I thought you were gonna check it.
okay, so hold on, let's go.
Or just like text messages.
There's 1,000 notifications.
So you was looking inside this accumulation, right?
Yeah, I know that. I do it to you so you can.
Oh, bro, this would
No,
have been clean if we swept the
no.
Asian.
Go to back to your-
Is
Yeah,
it?
it's no, it's lower.
Oh, lower. Let me see.
Maybe it was after. Maybe it was after the news drop. Probably. I'm guessing it was in there. Yeah. So in that blue box.
Okay, okay. I
Mhm.
see what you mean. Where was the booth that you saw? Was it on the seconds?
The blue for what? You
The
mean the
booth inside the
confirmation?
accumulation?
Yeah. I mean, if you go 1 minute, you can see it on a 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty clean. There you go.
This booth here?
No, no. I mean, this right here, right? That's your spring. That's your spring.
Okay, okay. You're okay. You're playing now. I thought you
Mhm.
was looking at it like this though.
No, no. I mean,
Yeah,
hit
and
reduce
then
risk because once we go, this one hits the 80 here, it breaks order flow in the seconds. So I reduce my risk. So I
okay. And
mean,
did
yeah,
this tap
yeah.
into something else? Was this 80 of something? Or
No, it was solely. I was looking at dollar,
all
because
right,
dollar was
right.
in the area what I showed you in dollar. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm trying to figure out my all my confirmations and
Okay,
yeah.
so I guess here's an interesting question to you then, bro. Is that how did you journal this? What did it go down as?
Do you mean in terms of what?
So what was your confirmation that allowed you to take the trade?
I mean, Thursday New York session type one accumulation.
Right.
We're in news. I mean, this is a news candle, right? Or like news institutional candle, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just looking at dollar giving that booth coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I kind of justified it all. But I don't know. Like Mike was saying, he wasn't looking for any UJ bias based on dollar strength. So I guess that was that itself kind of call like that's how he talked himself out of taking UJ bias.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, yeah, definitely we were. Well, that was the 50, and I guess the accumulation on the 1 minute would have been here somewhere around the 80, and it makes sense. I guess like what you said. Like for me, what this is also when we look at this. This is not only obviously the news candle, but this is a Thursday price action. There's the Thursday New York open, which is something that I like to trade when price is in my point of interest. So Thursday New York open price is in there, and that's where we kind of are, well, just about. So if we could again, like the line in the sun is obviously here, right? So this is where we break the leg. Um,
Yeah.
if we do maybe by the first half of the week manage to build an accumulation, it is worth to throw another small risk at it and see what happens. Because I mean, we've got enough real estate to go up. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess when I show Mike my trades, I mean he's at a different stage of understanding. Like he's way, I mean, compared to where he was 2 years ago.
yeah,
Like it's I don't know. Like I feel like whatever I show him most trades, he wouldn't take those trades. Like based on where he is now, you know. But it's hard for me to understand how he's able to invalidate all those trades. Like I don't
and do
know
you not
if
understand the
if
reasoning that he gives?
No, there's so many different reasonings based on so many different scenarios,
All
and
right, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
able to follow follow it all. You know what I
I
mean?
get that sometimes,
Like
you
I'd
know
rather
that.
have, huh?
I get that. I get that. I get sometimes when he sometimes I get it on his live sessions. Um
Mhm.
and for me sometimes it could be on point of interest. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes our point of interest might not line up, and for him he could be taking a different point of interest. Outside of his classics MCs or SCs, for example, and it would be because there was some, I don't know, some sort of divergence or something happened with news or whatever, and then he would look at that and he was willing to throw a little bit of risk at it.
yeah.
So yeah. Okay, cool. Um the other thing, I'm not gonna go through AU. I believe we've been through AU quite a fair bit with both Thursday and Friday session with Mike. Um There was a couple of breakage, so I was willing to throw a little something on this, simply because we was inside this leg and it was quite clean. Um, why is this? Hmm, okay, so this was our previous leg, and then we made a new low here. So this was holding the bearishness. We could see a clear distribution, got into a redistro, got into an accumulation here. This is our SC and this is our MC. So on Thursday, I was willing to see if we could get something. And I was being very cautious because we first reacted from it over here. Okay, we came into that um kind of came into what's it called, the 80, and then we've distributed quite nicely in there. The only thing for me, of course, we've got that little break of order flow here, but I kind of wanted, but when we look at the order flow coming up, um, well, how did you do that zoom in? Nothing. Um, I just went in. I just got this here, that zoom in button, and then just went boom. Okay. Um, but then the only thing is for me, it didn't break that leg, man. So when we look at this, right? When we're coming up here, can you see how this is obviously the last bit of reaccumulation? Now price just kind of came into it and then accumulated. So when price was coming back up in here, and then we kind of did get a distribution in here, but Thursday was the one that I was waiting at, and then I was waiting for the news to come out. And then when it did, we went, and that was it. So it was quite clean. Um, Now the other part that I was looking at was also this, because um there was a good trade management opportunity which we'll look at before obviously the news thing came out. So when we're looking at this, even if you wanted to throw a little bit of risk, let's look at it. Yeah. So again, it would be a really small risk, and it would be obviously just on Wednesday New York press action basically. So for me, I like the fact that we took this ever so slightly, okay, and then obviously we punched in a new low. Now, ideally, obviously, I wanted this to break, but if we're just focusing on what's it called, Asian liquidity swap, this is it here. So we break, we made a low, and then when we come into it now, of course, we know there's a distribution in here, and it goes into it, and then when we're looking at the redistro, we kind of come into it in a very great way. I mean, we can clearly see the schematic distro. That's my trading range in there. And then we've got Bunch of secondary tests. Mhm. And then this is definitely our U-turn here. And is our major sign of weakness that we like to look for. No, I didn't do this, but let's see if that comes into something. Shy. I would piss some people off. I mean, it was valid because obviously we made that low. We took out the high, we took out the low. It was valid for a limit. Just missed it. Okay, no worries. Our price gave us another opportunity here. So just trying to get that test entry. And there you go. So it comes right into that 80. Bang. And there's your test. So we can clearly see here, as soon as price makes this low, we can go to reduce risk, or in this case, pretty much break even. So reduce risk or break even. And then the next time price makes a new low, ideally we're looking for price to come back up into here, either that 50 or that 80. And then we can look for a re-entry, and then the next time price makes that low, we can then look to pay ourselves the risk. But in there, we can see there's some sort of imbalance, just close to that 80. We'll see if price comes and do something in there. Not quite. No, so I say pretty much went. So here for me, I would go to so reduce risk. I'll pay myself the risk around here, and then when price just comes down here, whether take some partials at there's your thing 10 to 1. Yeah, so definitely take some partials there, and then just pretty much wait. Take some partials at either that 10 to 1 or when price makes this new low here, because this is what's holding that order flow now. So that was a Wednesday session that I saw, New York session that I saw, that kind of paid off. And I guess it still would have been valid because we were inside that. Yeah, for sure, man. And we were inside this, what's it called? We came back inside that distro. That's inside the lower time frame extreme. So point of interest was definitely there. It was just trying to find some sort of entry. And then even on this, I mean, can you see how we're creating something here? So even if price was to come here and maybe respect that and give us something like that, or whatever the case. But this is the higher time frame. Well, not want to say higher time frame, but like an intraday distro that could have been played as well. Because when we look at this, as I said, that 80% is still valid, that 50% was still valid. So my next play would have been obviously to close that break, take some more partials here, and then come up and then look for another distro. Because at here we've got all of this has been swept by London session, and then we've got New York in here. That's the cause of that break. Yeah, for sure, super clean. So that was that.
Interesting man in the world.
Okay, we'll look at that. Let me pull up the chart, maybe. Yeah.
Can we stop saying Lombard as if it's
Cool.
some kind of insult?
So from there, we got into Thursday, and then boom, reduced risk or break even would have got hit there. So it went to a total of about 12 to 1. So not bad for Thursday. And then a couple of my alerts was just going off because I was looking at this area here. So this was also another clean area. So we could see the distro, well, just a bigger distro. But this is what I wanted to play because for me that came back and mitigated So this was done. But then we had no stopping whatsoever inside here. And then I believe the timing that it came at was just, yeah, it was just wrong.
What's up? When I answered you, and then you said it louder. So why are you
So
looking at me?
this is like 5 o'clock. I'm done. I'm done around 4:30, maximum 5 for me.
Huh?
So
Just for like
yeah.
messing with you, that's all.
Okay.
So now there was another clean one as well, and that was on DAX. Don't know if I've got it on here. Yeah, DAX. So DAX went to my secondary list. Just for so a very similar story on that. So this was the slingshot. This was the MC. And then again, we were doing something, but then as soon as news came in, boom, off we went. So now we're actually bullish times 3 now. So I've set a limit here because when I look at this, this is the MC of the leg, and then wherever we come back, I'm thinking maybe somewhere here. I like this. This is the first day price action. I'll look for an accumulation to go up. So this is where I threw a limit. This is super clean. I'm not sure if we went through it, but just let me do on this one, right? Because I've got all of the marking up on here. So when we look at this, look at what we come into. So this is our intraday leg right here, right? This is our SC of it that causes the intraday bullishness. And then this is the shakeout. This is the 50% of the reaccumulation. This is 80% of the reaccumulation. So we come into it. And I believe I put everything on the 1 hour. Yeah. So we come into it, we kind of get a type 2, how I'm seeing it. We get a bit of slowiness. Doesn't really do anything for me. I mean, I was looking for because this was that 50%. But then we didn't really get like a spring, and then this happened. Then for me, when we got that break, that's when I started to look at it again. For me, I see this as a free drive, and then there's the break, jump across the creek, and then we come back. When we come back, again measure this. This is the 50. This is the 80. Price comes into that 50, but we come into it in a very nice type 1 accumulation. Okay, the price just accumulating, and then boom, Thursday price action, New York, spring break. So this way I've got 50, and I'm watching 18 here, to see what happens. And then the fact now that we went and we broke in lower time frame leg, just looking for this to go and make a new leg now. So let's see. So yeah, so that's what happened. Nothing in there that was quite clean. I guess I can go back in there now. Nothing in there that was quite clean, just pretty much nothing. I was actively looking for a distro, but we didn't get the bearishness that I wanted. Started building up something in here. I like this, and I like the fact that we got this minor sign of weakness, and I definitely like this. But we was just failing from here. Definitely failing from here. We was making this was order flow low, but I wanted to break that. And then we didn't get that, and then boom. So that's how I managed to invalidate the sell rather than throwing even reduced risk, wasting money on this. That was that. The other one I wanted to get into, I'm not sure why I got. Yeah, so this was USD CAD. Why is this showing me? It's pretty much the same chart as. Is it? No, it's not. Okay. I think we was looking at this last week, right? So we was looking at how price came into that order flow leg here. So when we look at, that booth here, I think we was all trying to get, I even myself, I tried to get into a buy, into here, but I just got clapped. And then this was our order flow leg. This was our slingshot. Price comes into it, into that 80%, and then distributes, and then makes a new low. Now, for me, I'm looking at. So this needs to change up to here. So I like this area right here. So this way I've got a limit, and then I'm just watching, for anything in here for an accumulation, and limit in here. But as I said, at the same time, I'm looking for, if price does come up into here, ideally I do want it to keep on coming down so I could get into it by here. I don't really see a reason anywhere in here apart from this little micro reaccumulation, which for me is not anything. This is more of a importance for me. So yeah, I mean, anywhere in here or even anywhere in here. If we can come back down lower and then accumulate in there, if I can get into an accumulation, great. Then this cell, I could go a bit heavier with the risk on the hedge here. Okay, because we have tapped into that 50% of the higher time frame there. So, and this is clean. It's clean. Maybe like a type 5 with the head and shoulder. But yeah, definitely like a head and shoulder, isn't it? Well, we'll see. We'll see. So now for me, I'll look at this as a slingshot, and I'll look at this as the MC, as the whole leg. So yeah, but this would be slightly counter trend, as I said. This one right here is my main focus. Is there anything did you see anything when you was doing it yourself, bro, on UCAD?
No, this week, nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I know Yushef had a sell opportunity, but I think it missed the 50 because I know
Yeah, I
that
think
Mike
the
had a
same one that
limit.
Mike was looking at.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was really nothing in UCAT, man.
I mean, I like this.
Mhm.
But Thursday price action.
Yeah,
Just that New York Open, man. If if that New York Open, especially like, because sometimes during news you get that spike, like that. That would have been clean, because this is quite clean. We took out the high, we took out the low, Frankfurt and London Open, and then boom,
yeah,
that would have
yeah.
been
It's really
clean.
it's really annoying price action, man, lately.
Yeah, for sure. But how many people would try to get this, man? Like, oh, we've even got, so hold on. Yeah, so
Yeah,
we've got a booth. Oh, we've got a reaccumulation. This is the SC. This is somewhere the MC. How many people get burned out here?
yeah. I think people lost a lot of money, man, these last 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Cause yeah,
yeah. So
the last really good trade I caught was SBX from 2 weeks ago.
you still holding or?
No, it came back, and I mean, it
Okay.
went for like a one. It dropped. It really dropped a lot. Then it came back the next day because I remember it was 2 weeks ago when we had a lot of the what do you call it when all the companies released their profits
Oh
and their
yeah,
revenues and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, because of all those releases, man, it was just a huge news spike.
Okay,
But yeah, that was a good one. It was a clean trade. Super
okay.
easy, man. Some of the trades are just so easy to catch.
Yeah. I'll have a look. I guess I got this somewhere. I got this here because, well, I just thought, let me look at XRP. I haven't looked at it for a while, but it's quite clean, I guess. I mean, no doubt that this is a big accumulation in here, if you all can see it. Let me just, yeah, so like, something like that. It's a big accumulation in there. Let me just cover that. And I think when we look at this, Yeah, come right. Yeah, we come right into that 80, huh? And I believe there is something in that 80 down there. Ah, oh, it just made me go back, isn't it? So we come into it. Now, do we? This would throw me off a little bit because when I guess the first time I would have looked at it, I would look at it like this. I think this would be your spring, and then we go and make that break. This whole thing becomes your slingshot. We'll try to look for a buy in here, which we do get, right? We get 1, 2, 3, and then somewhere in there, 50 or 80, or try to look for something like that. But the fact that we come and we just make this and just break again, I want to see if we come back to it.
Yeah, I would have looked at it the same way.
Yeah,
That spring with the first spring was clean.
yeah, this for sure. Let me speed it up a little bit. See if you come back between that 50 and that 80. That's son of a gun we do. Okay. What do we do? This was July this year. Now this is not like this hasn't built for me to say I could take something out of it though. The only thing I guess I could maybe allow myself to throw some risk is the fact that we break this and we come back. I'm assuming we come back around 50 to 80 of this whole move here. Yeah, look, come back into that. And then even like this accumulation is a bit, yeah. No, it's not as clean. No. But I mean, it's been coming back though. Like we see how this one came back into that 80. Right, it came back into that 80 right here. And then what did we got? Comes back into that 50. And then it comes back into that 80 again. And then it goes. Like this was quite a good move to be fair. Yeah. Now the only other thing I want to know is, do we go ahead and break that? Because then the way that we could look at it is, yeah, this is our spring, this is our test. Do we get sign of strength? No.
It swept it, huh?
Yeah, yeah. No,
It's
so
just
we
too
didn't. Oh, we did. That was so annoying. See, then this is something because obviously this is meant to be mitigation, right? This is a this is the down candle and then it's the up candle. Like I don't understand why the need of mitigating here. And then we could see they've mitigated. We could see they've added some more volumes because when we look at this volume here in the space of time and space, we could see that, right? And I don't understand why the need of coming back again. Just to go down a little bit compared to the previous low, and then off we go.
Yeah.
That still baffles me to this day.
I don't know,
Sometimes.
man. I guess we're never gonna find out that secret.
No, no.
I mean,
Because like, you know, when you look at this, bro, like look at this. Look at this. And then lastly, look at this. So you've worked, we could see them working. And why do you not?
they accumulated in there too.
Yeah, in there, yeah, for sure. Oh. And then all of that just got clapped. Well, to be fair, this is actually quite a good opportunity. Unless we made, no, we haven't made that low. And this is a much cleaner accumulation as well.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, this whole thing. And then I bet we come back into, I want to look at this. And then I want to look at how far back do we come into here. So that 80 is still a line.
Just would have been nicer, man, had they accumulated after taking the shakeout, not mitigate out of the shakeout and then test the spring.
Say that again. This would have been great if they did what?
If they would have accumulated, I mean, distributed above this and not within
Oh
this,
yeah, for sure.
it would have
Yeah,
been. I
yeah.
mean, that
So
would have been.
if they
Yeah,
done that right, and then
Mhm.
this price action was up here,
Yeah.
and then come back, yeah, for sure.
That always gives me the most, like the highest level of
I do agree because
comfort
let's
or
not forget, you know,
confidence.
we're
Yeah.
looking at this as what was happened, but when we look at it here, bro, it's so easy to say, you know what, we haven't taken any supply yet because this is that redistro, and yet we come into an accumulation. The only thing this accumulation did was boof, right? So what's to say we distribute here, which fair, like looking at price action, we are getting that distribution, right? Inside maybe that 80 here, because that looks like an 80 level, or maybe that 50 level. What's to say this does that? So yeah, I do get what you're saying
I mean, that's always one of the things that throws me a little off.
for sure. Yeah, but I guess for me, then the play would be back on once we do that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if we were in a extremely bullish market, I probably wouldn't care too much about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it depends on market structure as well.
So this 80 is still unmitigated, and then I'm looking at this 80 of the test. So 80% of tests, which I think we trade through that, and then 80% of MC. So I'm gonna say spring. Taking its sweet time. So after that break, we are currently 50, so nearly like 2 months. So I become right into that springer, and this is where the stop loss would have been. I wonder if there is a micro in there. Nah.
They respect that low, or I take it.
Yeah, no, it did.
Oh, nice.
There is there's
Yeah.
the, I don't know, I'm gonna say stop loss. And then look at where we come into it. So there's the 80 of the spring, and then there's the stop
Perfect.
loss. So yeah, just I don't think there is anything there though. Maybe a type 4, but maybe like a, nah, it's not as clean. It's good though. Like, I mean, definitely, if you had something in there, you would have got filled. Is it worth the risk though? Just to make that new high. Yeah, 33.21. Currently at 61, so 12. Huh. 10-1, take some partials. But yeah, I think I mean when I saw that was a clean one. But this would have been some frustrating terms over here for sure. But yeah, cool. Let's look at, you said that GU one. So I guess this was all that I wanted to go over, that USD CAD. I think
Yeah,
let me just
GU on Thursday, but yeah, GU on Thursday. Just go on 1 hour. I can show you the POI I was looking at.
let me just go on UChef real quick though.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then I can go on that. So don't have anything on here no. UChef again was a very kind of like a clean one, but no opportunity whatsoever. Now I was hesitating this trade, man, for sure, because for me, when we come into it, as I said, same thing, we came into it from that 50 to 80% of the higher time frame, bearish, MC. And then, when we come into it, we come right perfectly. I don't think we make that high. Let me just double check. Well, yeah, see, so this is the high, and we respect it ever so slightly. But even when we go inside there, there was this little sucker here. I wouldn't have got filled here because that's market changeover. Maybe somewhere here, but that's like the end of my trading session. So when I looked at it that way, I thought, well, there was no opportunity for me to take. Right, it was clean. It was a Thursday. It was a New York session. There was a couple of entries that we could have taken. There's the break. There was the entry. And then the whole thing, right? So this is that SC price. I think, yeah, price trades through that. But then when we look at this here, just needed to make that low to see if we come back. That was my plan of attack, but we didn't do that. So, but yeah, now the way that I'm looking at it is, so we've traded. So I'm looking inside here. I just want to show you that point of interest. It's kind of clean, man, very clean. So what I like is I like that this is Thursday. Yeah, let me just. So I like that this is Thursday. I like how we're coming into it. So let's see how far down I can get. Okay. I believe when I looked at this whole thing, so like there is no clean schematic for me. I mean, you could beg it and then you could maybe say 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. But this, as I said, it's not well built for me. So when we're looking at it like that, we could just do that to this, do that to this. And I believe is it at 227 I saw? 177. No, let me just check something. 1331. No, wait. 113. Yeah. Cool. So you see how there's that confluence in there with 80% of the shakeout plus that. So it was 80% of shakeout plus 80% of 113 of the full volume candle. And then of course we've got New York session in there as well. So there's New York open. Okay. So anything really between that 50 to that 80 in there. And then we've come close to it. So Monday, I'm gonna see how we do in here. You know, if we can build something, that's great. Let it do what it's doing. If Monday or Tuesday, even better, that would allow me to get more of a risk on. If we can get something like this, that would be superb. So yeah, and then once I get into that, then I'm definitely looking for this hedge here, man. This hedge here. So the way I'm looking at this is, let me show you on there. Yeah, there you go. There's my hedge. And the hedge is basically off the fact that we've come into higher time frame extreme. Yes, we've broken higher time frame, lower time frame. So we're bullish times 2, but we're bearish on the higher time frame. And then I don't know if I've got this drawn out. No, I don't. So I'm just pretty much looking at it like this. This is my trading range. 1, 2, and our third drive here. There's the break, comes back. That's our test. We lost point of supply, and then down we go. And then there's where I'll be looking for the hedge, and I believe I've got the 271 candle. Yeah, this whole thing here. Just that 18, that 15 there, where we look for the distro. So that's it. So now this area is gone for me because that was my slingshot. Now I'm just looking inside here to see what we do. And yeah, there was divergence in there as well. So cool. We'll see tomorrow next week what that does. Let's look at GU. So you said GU 1 hour, yeah? Off here.
Yeah, it wasn't there, and if you look to the left, you'll see the POI I was looking at. There you
This POI here. Oh, this one.
go. Yeah, that one right there.
Okay, yeah, I think I was looking at the same thing as well, bro. Let's see.
I can tell you what I was seeing or how I was looking at it and marking it out.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I wasn't looking at this because I didn't like the fact that we done. Yeah, so GU was a bit of a different one for me. Reason being was because, okay, I know we're bearish times 3, right? But when I was looking at this, yes, we came into this. Okay, cool, perfect. This for me was that mitigation of it. And then, but this was our order flow leg, man. So for me, if I couldn't have got into this entry here, which I didn't, the next thing I was gonna play was wait for this to get broken or wait for this to get broken to do that. That's how my trading plan would allow me. But because we didn't, this was kind of on the back burner. I had like AU, which I was watching more of, and then UCAD and then UChef and stuff like that.
Yeah, it
GU, I
makes
just
sense. I mean, we came in it. We failed to take this.
yeah, that's what it
So
was. Because when I look
yeah,
at this leg, bro, this is that accumulation. This is that start of a distro going into a reaccumulation that causes the break. So for me, demand was still pretty much in power here because the fact that we come into it with good volume, right? I mean, look at how this is going. This is new Thursday's price action. So the fact that we couldn't do that, and then what was on top of it was this, man. When we
yeah.
done that point of interest for me, I was pretty much holding it like a pinch of salt. Because
Okay.
yeah, this that came in afterwards was just yeah, boom for me. Um, I don't think I was paying much attention to that, but I mean, we can go down and then see, because it looks quite clean. Oh, we get that break as well, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was a New York price action. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, nice.
And the way, and you got a micro in the UTED as well.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. No break on the micro though, which is a shame,
Mm-hmm.
because then at least you could have secured something on this, 50, 70 pips drop here. But this was clean, man. Did you
Yeah, I
throw
mean,
did you throw something in
mm,
there?
no. Mm,
Because even if you did, there's your reduced risk.
yeah, it gave you a chance to reduce
Yeah,
risk.
there's your reduced risk, and then I guess yeah, you would have got clapped here. But yeah, this was clean, man. This was clean.
This was a Thursday, right? Just for the
This
yeah,
no, this
yeah.
was Friday.
Oh, this was Friday. So go back a day. There was something else on Thursday I was also looking at. Yeah, right in there.
Oh,
Not
right
as
there.
clean as what you were looking at earlier,
No,
but
no, no, yeah. I
if you
mean,
go
for
down to the
me,
if you go down to the 1 minute on that one, just kind of give you an idea of how I was looking at it. Um, yeah, if you zoom in, yeah, right there. So the way I was looking at it, I was looking at it as OneDrive, 2, 3, UTAT, and then I needed that break,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
which it gives you here. So, and I know this comes back and it gives you a 1 to 10 here, but it just never broke structure, so there was nothing to take.
Yeah. But saying that, there was a distro in there as well. There was a micro.
Yeah, micro and
The only
UTAT.
thing is, I would have, I guess, need this to break.
Yeah, and then it comes really close to confirming that larger distro, and it just reacts off of it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So yeah, that was Thursday, Friday as well. Friday it was Friday. That distro you were looking at, I think it gave it after taking that POI to the left higher.
Yeah, yeah. It took that. It took that because this was that news.
Yeah, yeah, right there we were still respecting that POI to the left, but I
Mm-hmm.
get your
Yeah,
point where you were saying that yeah, once we swept that first attempt to
yeah.
go lower, yeah, it kind of didn't make a lot of sense.
I
I
think that
got you.
even for me, I had something like a hedge. Yeah, there you go. So GBP chef into reaccumulation. So I guess I don't know. I need to look at it. But this went off. What did it say? So GBP chef into reaccumulation. Look for buys low risk, and then when we go into it, maybe 1 second. Ah, okay, no, it's a bit different. Yeah, because this one, so this one we're bearish times three, no doubt. But when we're looking at the market cycles now, when we're looking, fundamentally, obviously, the UK economy is much more in favor of Sunak being as a PM and whatnot. And the fact that next Thursday we've got the what's it called? Monday is next Thursday we've got the GDP. Huh. No, but anyways, next Thursday is 17th. It's not there for some reason. They're gonna be talking about the mini budget thing that they're gonna do for autumn. So how they're gonna I think their target is to get 50 billion. What some of the measures that they're gonna do? Are they gonna increase tax or they're gonna reduce spending here in the UK? So and then we're in this area here where this is the reaccumulation that's holding this whole leg. So I wanted to see what happens in there, where even if we could get into a hedge buy just so then I could take it up into my extreme. Okay, between this extreme, or if that was to get clapped in and go back into some, so this is our low. Whoops, this is our low. This is our low. So it comes back into the higher time, intraday extreme. Some enough real estate to go there, man. This still needs to be mitigated, but we'll see if that happens or not. But yeah, so. Oh, GG is another one that's coming into point of interest. I think my alerts went off. So when we look at this, I want to say maybe this is the one. No, this is the one here. So this is actually below. It's just my drawing. So yeah, like that. So this is our lower time frame. Like we're bullish times three, and this is our slingshot that causes the break. Here we can see an active distribution taking place. But inside that, I want to see if we can get into an accumulation here. If we can get into an accumulation to turn this distro into reaccumulation, that would be great. If not, if we get clapped here, I'm looking into MC. But even that MC is Asian price action. This was that stupid 308-minute candle or something like that that it reacted off to 80% from way down there. So yeah, but this is Asian price action. I'm not really favoring. So I'll be looking here first, somewhere in there, that London Open, before I start looking here. But I doubt that. See if you can get big fat intraday accumulation in there. So but yeah, that's something that's gonna happen. I would like to see that happen maybe next week. Again, I wanted to take his time during the first half of the week, and then Thursday see if he can get something. You don't know. Don't know. Gold. I had a good reaction on gold, obviously from the dollar going down. Last couple of so Tuesday, sorry, Wednesday and then Thursday. Nice. Interestingly, we are coming to. Where are we coming? Oh, come on, trading view. What? Yo, can you guys still hear me? Oh, okay. I don't know. My connection just dropped for some sort of reason. The screen is black. Can you hear me now? Okay, cool. And can you obviously see my screen now? The screen's still black? Let me just do new share. It should work. Okay, cool. My connection just dropped. That was AJ was also another one that was oh, actually, Angel. Let's go over the Angel loss that I took. Okay, cool. So on here, so Angel pretty much, we're bullish times three, high time frame, intraday, and lower time frame. This was that, this was that break here. I was really trying to find something in here. I was struggling, really struggling to find something simply because of the big fat stop loss that we had, and then there was pretty much nothing that I could take in here. Having said that, this is what's holding in lower time frame, and I was trying to see if we could get into this order flow trade here. So it was order flow, so it was reduced risk. I threw at 0.05%, half of my maximum order flow risk, which is at 0.10, just to see if we could get into something to go and make this new high. But we didn't get that. Now the only reason I was a bit confident on that trade was because of, again, Thursday New York price action here. And then this what we was coming back into. It was coming back into it Thursday New York price action, and then I really like this manipulation that was happening in there. I believe on the 1 minute, I was seeing if we could get something. Yeah, so I had a little something on that 80%, which is where I threw the risk. But I was also watching this, okay, because when I was looking at this, there was that low, there was the low, and then here we really broke that. But the only reason I didn't throw anything into here was because this is nothing, man. There was nothing in there for me. It was just a micro booth. So I was willing to see if price gave us that spring around that 80% and then gave us that booth, something like that, then I could really play something on here as a re-entry. But again, it didn't give us anything like that. But even inside here, there wasn't anything that I could really justify for me to take an entry. I'm not sure if you looked. I know we briefly talked about this before, Dior, but I'm not sure if you've managed to maybe dive into it more and then see if you miss anything in there. But for me, absolutely nothing, man. And I'm glad I just managed to just, limit it, put alerts on both sides and just wait. Just wait, because there was absolutely nothing. And then, as I said before, you know it, we just traded. It's not on my watch. Okay, cool. But now I'm thinking, so I mean, okay, I know we've got a distro in there, and I know this distro didn't do anything because we've still respected the leg. But it does seem like they've come back, done some profit taking, and then they're coming back for a deeper retracement, which is okay because deeper is cheaper. We're getting it to, that was Friday, that was Thursday, that was Thursday. This Thursday gone with the news that happened. So this week I'm looking for this price to be mitigated. This reaccumulation in there was quite clean actually. Yeah. So we could definitely see the start of a distro, no doubt. We could see the shakeout, and then we could see the jump across the creek. So I want to see if price comes back into here. This is Asian, so I don't really mind. I want to see if price comes back into here somewhere, and then see if you can build something to go and make up higher. If not, then this is where I would have an alert to see if price just breaks that. Just like how I had on CAD Chef. So this is pretty much my take on it. Again, I'm still bullish on it. It's just not giving it to us yet. AG on the other hand is much cleaner. So I'll be watching that. I'll be trading AJ and then watching NJ, just for correlation purposes. CAD Chef on the other hand is an interesting one because I think we're gonna go bearish lower time frame. Done some serious work in here, huh? So this one, bloody hell. Let me see if I can pull up something else. Oh, wonder. This is our lower time frame when we punched in this new high. So here we are bearish. We're bearish. Higher time frame. We're bullish, and we're bullish. Intraday and lower time frame. And here was a little something that caused that break. But then supply was pretty much in control, and then we'll look at that. So first thing we need to look at is our higher time frame, right? So when we punched in this low, this is what's holding our higher time frame. And we can draw that out. So this is our well drawn out distro. And then this is our new market cycle now. So we've got accumulation and we've got reaccumulation. And all that accumulation and reaccumulation did was pretty much escort price into our extreme prices. So if you look at here, that's what I did, bring price into bearish extreme high time frame. Okay. So now when we look at in there, so this is pretty much what I wanted to, this is like CAD chef that I'm looking to, sorry, this is like USD CAD that I'm looking to do with. Okay, so we've got that distro, and then this is pretty much where USD CAD is right now, isn't it? Like, we broke that, and then we're coming up into it. And then this is where I'll be looking for that hedge. So that's what I'm saying. If we could maybe take out show some more bearishness and then come up, get into a hedge here, whilst we're on our way down to the lower time frame, which is where we are now, right? Lower time frame, which is where we are now. That'll be a great hedge position to be in, basically. So yeah, so here we could see them again filling some more sell orders. Distro. We can clearly see them redistributing. Redistro. And then now with this redistro, we come back to that 50%. And let's see what's in that 50%. And what do you know? It's a Friday. Yeah, it's a Friday session. Is there anything in there? Oh, not quite. Nah. Tell you what, that 6 minute there is that's what it is, isn't it? 6. Yeah. What was that? Oh, this was NFP Friday. Yeah, I got that. That's the 6 minute I'm gonna keep. Maybe on a higher time frame like this, we could get something. See if we get that break and then we come back. Here's the break. Did we get any type of pullback? Come up. No, we just go, don't we? Okay, the other thing I'll be looking at is, yeah, so this break and then see if we come back. Yeah, we don't. And we don't. Okay. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's something that I'll be looking at once we break this though. So at the moment, we are very, very close to the extreme. Now, I personally think we're going to trade through that and we're going to go back to bullish high time frame and bearish high time frame and bearish lower time frame. So structure simply because look at how much time we've come back to the same point of interest. Retail are all over this thinking this is support now, man, for sure. Because this is the MC. We break, we come back, we mitigate, then we cause a new high, we come back into that point of interest, and then we make a boost. So actually, I was looking for an accumulation in here, which I didn't get, and then we made that boost. And then we're coming back. Now I just think this is gonna go down. The fact that when this goes down, this becomes my MC and this becomes my SC, and then I'll be looking at that 6 minute that we got in there. And then this whole sucker turns into a distro. And then the market cycle just carries on. So distro, accumulation, reaccumulation, distro, and then we get, obviously we're gonna get a redistro in there and then make a new low. See? But yeah, but let's look at that price action. So my thinking before obviously any of this happened was this. It wasn't any there wasn't any accumulation in there, but it's simple. The fact that we come inside the MC and then we break. Okay, we break. So when price was coming back, I thought, okay, cool, maybe we could see some sort of accumulation in here, bunch of reaccumulation, gone into a distro. See if we could get into an accumulation here to go higher. At least up to inside here or make a new high, but we didn't get that. Price just dropped off, and then we're back to bearish order flow now. So order flow has been maintained by here. So bearish order flow, bearish high time frame, intraday, and high time frame is where we're currently at until we trade below that. Then it's lower time frame. So I'll be able to throw some risk on. So next week we'll see. But that will be an interesting one to see. And I think that's pretty much all of the pairs that I was watching this week. Been a bit of a eventful week this week, but other than that, that's it. Credit Suisse went up about 7%. Same man. Let's see what. Yeah, for sure. Actually, I was looking at this. This is quite interesting, right? And I think you would say this as well, DR. Is this not beautiful, man? I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm just gonna do that. Now, here's the funny thing, man. Because of what's going on with Credit Suisse, right? You do know what's happening with Credit Suisse, right? Some of you, maybe you do, maybe you don't. So there was a lot of like debt issues going on. Okay. Now I had this in my watch list. So ever since the debt, I had this on from my watch list way back anyway. But when I started to see this, oh, so I think yeah, back in October when I started to see this, this was the first time. This when they had a press conference, and then the directors came and basically done a news piece for the investors saying that we're good, we're not going under the water and blah blah blah. This when they had some sort of confidence back into the market. And when I saw this, man, it was super clean. I thought, let me get my hand because this is very cheap for Credit Suisse. You know, if we look at even if you just recover some 50% of the drop down to here, maybe that's a good 207. That's like a crypto, you know. Um, but yeah, that was beautiful, man. Check this baby out. 30 minutes. Yeah, I mean you didn't even have to go down to like the 1 minute or the seconds, but oh, and then you guys ready? This is why this. I think I was talking to Maninda. Um, Now it's gonna look different because obviously I've got this, but with the gap, no gap candles is much cleaner. But it's so beautiful, man, because like no matter what it is, you can just not focus on this. You can look at futures, crypto, forex, stocks, indices, and a bunch of anything. But the market is pretty much same thing, same freaking thing, man. And then this is come 50%. Ugh, look at that. I even want to say maybe there's something inside this man. It looks like it. Not quite, but I mean, even then, like, there's the booth. You go to reduce risk. There's another 50% there. Yeah, but yeah, that also was clean, man. Definitely want to keep an eye on and see what happens with it. Whether whether this micro accumulation does not hold, and then we break, which would be quite concerning because Credit Suisse is second in the world now. We first, obviously, you get in terms of places. I think you get London being the financial market, and then I think you get Swiss, and then I think you get New York with the Wall Street and stuff. So, but yeah, this is definitely clean to pay attention to. I don't think I've got anything else. Mm, Aston Martin had one as well. This one they had but I did that wasn't for me. Um, have you watched Pips of Persia? No, no, I tend not to, man. It's not bad. Okay, mate, these are clean. I suppose not. Okay, like what? Well, these are super. Don't even use this one. Oh, some would have got to me because we would have need that to break. So there's that low. There's that. Mm-hmm. I wonder if it's. Ah. But yeah, man, cool. We'll leave it on now because again, this was quite good to end on. But unless you're typing something for that, bro. But this is the type of reaction that we like to look for, man. When we get that spring, when we get that mitigation, and then off we go. Off we go. What's that? 60% move. No playing about. And even like, look at this reaccumulation, man. Super clean. There's the break, shake out, and the shakeout. So reaccumulation is basically, we can see here, made up of this distro, made up of this micro accumulation. There's the creek, off we go. And then we coming into here, see how we behave in here. But none of that matters because here you would have square price action trade, just don't come back. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter because here you've secured enough basically to make this trade worthwhile. I don't know what else have I got. UBS, I don't know if the UBS is part. No. Not as clean as those. This one not as clean. I know I got into Jupiter last week, which was quite good. But there was no clean schematics in there. No. No, nothing on here. No. Okay. I mean, we went over quite a bit. We went over that XRP, went over some forex stuff, we went over some indices and some stocks now. So overall, pretty good week, man. Definitely better start than September was. September was very dry first couple of weeks, and then the last week was firework of last week of September, but that seems to have carried on over to October now. But I think I was just quickly looking at the Forex Factory, which is we don't have we've obviously got we would still have some inflations and stuff like that. And here in the UK they will talk about interest rates every month or so. So we've still got quite a bit of fundamentals to maybe move the market over the festive season. Like other than that, yeah, like I think even this Thursday. So we're already going to be missing the Thursday because this is a bank holiday. I think this is Thanksgiving for you guys, right? So we're going to be missing that Thursday. And here that Wednesday, pretty much a very slow, um, a very slow New York. Only thing that's quite important is obviously the 1 a.m. So the move would have happened when I think both of us would be asleep, or maybe you would have an afternoon. Monday is quite not trading Monday anyway. So it's like we are gonna be getting the moves, but it's just gonna be a very quiet one. And then December again, that Friday we've got NFP. I think that's it. Then December 7th, Wednesday again, another quiet Thursday. Relatively speaking, right? Because and then I think this is we'll see. I'll try to make the best out of this week. Yeah, yeah. And then I think this is the only week. Yeah, never quite, yeah. And then that's it. Boom, next year. Crazy. Mike only caught indices this week. Yeah. I think yeah, but then I think he had that ACAD as well, didn't he? He tried to catch that ACAD there. I think that ACAD and some of the indices. But yeah. But other than that, man, it was pretty good. Like even with ACAD, right? So ACAD, I've stopped to look at it because when we look at the new market cycle, what we getting? We are getting that accumulation phase, made that high, that reaccumulation phase. So now I need to see whether we break this. If we don't break this and then we distribute in there, maybe I could throw a little something in here to come down. But if I don't get into anything here, I need that to break, and ideally that to break for me to play that, and then we go down. If not, just gonna be waiting. Just gonna be waiting. Yeah. Okay, maybe not sure about ACAD. What for this week? Yeah, I need to just wait and see. My last chance is pretty much this now. I think. Let me check. No, sorry, I got this. So this is that low, punched in a new low. So this is landing a sign for me. If price wants to keep up coming up here, get a distribution inside the extreme, I'll be a happy guy to obviously come take it down. You mean would higher where higher than this? Is this higher than that, bro? Oh no, you mean higher up to here, right? Yeah. So for sure, like even for me, man, this is the landing a sign. But I'm more than happy to just block it off with alerts when price comes into it. I believe there's a distro in there, right? A little something. A little something. Oh, I wanna see if yeah, go shoot, bro. BXY. Yeah. There's BXY, or you can use this one. How do you? Yeah, it should be about the same. Sonic on this one, G doesn't correlate as much with suddenly play lots of attention. G doesn't correlate as much with BXY than I don't get where did the mistake part come in? What made it a mistake? I'm playing G. I'm still not. I should have paid more attention to XY. Not so much, man. EU and DXY, yeah. I think GU, you can keep that with GU, GJ, or you can do GU and futures, British pound futures, or BXY. But G and GJ is pretty much. I think we might done that before. So if we look at GBP, JPY. What is this? It's on a 1 hour. It's 1 hour. It's 1 hour. Yeah. So this one we can see. Can't really get it all. So this one we can see there's a slight bit of divergence in there because we can see the pound. So yeah, that made that low. This kept that, and then this kept that as well. But this obviously we know this was driven by the yen, JPY. because we saw that across AJ, NJ, CAD-J. So, but other than that, like when it follows, we can see like follows here, follows here, follows here. And a bit of tracement, tracement, tracement. I believe, let me see. Try this one, comparative divergence. Try this one, number 14, comparative divergence. This one, number 14? Okay. There's the RSI divergence if you're on the same topic. I watch for okay, correlation pairs. Okay, yeah. So there's correlation pairs, and then there's number 14, comparative divergence. There's the RSI divergence that I've got on here. There is, I think that's it. Let me see if I've got. Where's it gone? Trade the low line. Divergence of schematic, most likely you need that phase. Liquid divergence schematic. No, that's it. Yeah, I didn't quite got anything on it. But yeah, I mean, watch that, see if that helps a bit. But if not, as I find new ones, and then if I put it on here, I'll let you know. All right, man. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Cool. Catch you in a bit. I'm on the charts. I'm on the chats if you need me over the weekend, man. But if not, see you next week.